Hello everybody, Toe again with another helpful video for your Pulsar wallet. Today I'm going to be talking about a little bit more advanced concepts. We're going to be talking about how to automate your Pulsar wallet. So the purpose of this is that you run Windows, so every now and then you'll have a Windows update that will force your computer to restart, regardless of the applications you got running. So if you have your Pulsar wallet running and your computer restarts, well, it's not going to automatically load your wallet back up unless you tell your computer to do that. And also, I'll be covering how to automatically unlock staking for your wallet. Now, that's risky. I'll tell you right off the bat, that's a risky thing, because that password that you use to unlock the wallet for staking, you will actually have to put that in a batch file, meaning that if some hacker gets access to your computer and they see that batch file, well, they know the password to your wallet. So it'd be easy enough for them to get your wallet DAT. They know the password to it, and goodbye coins. So I'll tell you right off the bat, it's risky to do. So if you're going to do that, make sure that you are running your Pulsar wallet on a dedicated machine. Make sure that machine is secure. Make sure you're the only one who has access to that machine. No other family members, because who knows what other family members might download. And it's not like anyone's going to fess up and tell you that they downloaded a virus. It'll always be, oh, I don't know how that happened. So proceed at your own risk. But I wanted to cover the concepts so that at least you know that it is possible. Cool. All right. That's my disclaimer. So I'm telling you not to do it. So proceed at your own risk. But there are some safer things that you could do. You could start your wallet, but what's the point of starting it if you're not going to be able to unlock it for staking while you're away? Because you know that your computer is going to reboot when you're out of the house, you're on a vacation, and you just don't have access to your computer. Always the worst case scenario, at least if you live in my shoes. Okay, so step one, we are going to go to our app data. So if we go to app data and we do like Pulsar, okay, it'll bring us here to our directory that has our Pulsar configuration file. You'll see that's where the debug log is. This is where we've been playing around for the past several videos. Okay, so in this folder, I want you to create another one called Startup. And inside Startup, we're going to place some Windows batch files. So you're going to, you can go to new text document. Okay, so you can see how it gives me the .txt extension. So if I were to double click that, you can see that in Notepad++ it loads up the new text document .text. So I'm going to put some batch commands going here. Then I'm going to save it. Control S, or file save. Already did it. See, Control S. So yeah, it's still a text file. Now the minute we go here and we push F2 to rename it, highlight F2, we're going to edit the extension. So I'll rename the whole thing toe.bat. Now it's throwing up a warning. Hey, if you change a file name extension, the file might become unusable. Do you want to change it? Yes. So now it is now a batch file that allows execution of certain commands. So if you need more information on how to create a batch file, Google it. There's plenty of videos out there. All right, so in this startup folder, I am having 1, 2, 3, 4 files listed. So this covers the various scenarios that we're going to find ourselves in after a power loss, after a Windows update. What do we want the computer to do whenever it loads, it boots up? So in order of priority, so we have the 00.start zap pulsar.bat. So there's no password information in this guy, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. So we use 2 colons for a batch file to designate it as like a comment line. So it's not going to execute in a batch file things after the 2 colons. And so we input this command here. It's important to know like where your qt.exe is. So like in the first video when I downloaded the Qt, I had it in my downloads folder, and later on I manually created the Pulsar directory in program files. So my Qt now is exactly here. You know what, in fact I can just show you that. So I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to come up here, I'm going to paste that. So there's my pulsar-qt.exe, and inside this daemon folder I have the CLI file as well, and the Pulsar DEXE. We'll come across the CLI here in a little bit, but suffice it to say, for this zap we have the Qt in the Pulsar directory in the program files. So let's go back to appdata/Pulsar. Here we are, startup. So 00. So the content of this bat file is this. We initiate a Windows bat file by using start in quotations, start zap pulsar. Kind of tells you what it's about. That's going to be the title of the window. Now this /b and /hi, that's letting you know the priority of how important this program is. Most programs will default install at a normal priority level. I'm telling this higher, so prioritize what goes on in this file above and beyond what happens on other files that may be executing on my system. So now we are going to call forth the Qt file. So in quotations we have c:\program files /pulsar/pulsar-qt.exe. That's all in quotes. Okay, I just showed you that this is exactly where it is. Now what are we going to do with that? We have to specify our data directory. So that corresponds to the app data that I keep harping on when I come up here and type in app data. Okay, that brings us here, and now we are in the just app data roaming. Okay, brought us to roaming. So now we double click on Pulsar, and now we're in where our debug log is and whatnot. So the data directory is this app data roaming Pulsar. So you would click up here in this this bar, and simply you could copy that and bring it down. But the command is the -data dir directory equals c:, exactly this path right here. Users, your username, app data roaming Pulsar. Okay, so we specify the data directory. Now that we specify the data directory, what do we want the Qt to execute upon loading it? Okay, the zap wallet tx.ex. So what this is going to do is that upon I'll show you in like task scheduler. We'll call this batch file in task scheduler. What it's going to do is that I'm going to tell the computer, hey, every time you reboot or every time a user logs in, because I have my computer configured to where it automatically enters my username and password to unlock the Windows to the desktop after a reboot. So after that happens, after the computer reboots, the first thing I want you to do is load Pulsar Qt with the command of zapping the transactions. So any orphans that have accumulated will get wiped. And then we finally end the batch file with exit. All right, so that is the start zap. So now if we were to go to the next one, just regular start the wallet without a zap. All right, so there may be some times when you're messing around with your wallet on your desktop, you close it out, you're playing around with the values in the config file, so then you got to reload your wallet. So you don't necessarily need to zap it every time you want to load the thing. So create a bat file for that. So in the contents of this bat file is start open Pulsar. That's in parentheses, not parentheses, quotation marks, because that's going to be the title of the window, /b/hi, once again qt, and simply the data directory with no extra commands. Now for the stake, this one right here is the proceed at your own risk file. So if we were to edit that guy, you can see that we're staking the stake commands, but this time instead of calling Pulsar qt, we're calling Pulsar CLI. So this command line interface, and I showed you where that was initially. So program files Pulsar daemon /Pulsar-CLI.exe. We still specify the data directory here, and then you see this wallet passphrase. Usually we do that like actually in the console in the qt, but if we wanted to send commands to our wallet outside of our wallet, well, this is how we do it. We do it through the CLI. So wallet passphrase, quotation, the password that you have. In my case, it'd be that 12345 whatever, and this is like, it has to be in plain text. This is the file that hackers would love to get, because once they have this, they have your password, they got your password, they got your wallet debt, they got your funds. So proceed at your own risk and install it on a secure computer. Anyhow, there's my 3 years and seconds in True. We covered this extensively in the first video, so please watch if you haven't already. And then exit. So just to reiterate, you don't want to leave it as PW. That's the wrong, obviously, that's the wrong password. It's not going to unlock for staking if you use it like this. But I'm having it like this because I don't want you to see my password. But technically, I could 12345 because you guys already know it. So I could save that guy. All right, fine. So stop Pulsar. So stop Pulsar. Very similar. We're going to be telling the Qt wallet to just stop, close, but we're doing it through a batch file this time. So once again, we're calling the CLI executable, we're specifying our data directory, and we're issuing the command of stop. So now that we have these batch files written out, and everything, there's no misspellings, and the slashes are in the right place, and they work. So technically, I could load this wallet. All right, so we can kind of see that my wallet is humming along. Let me get my one. All right, cool. So we see my wallet is there. It's just minding its own business until I come along, as is my typical fashion, and I am going to click stop. And boom. You see that? I didn't click the X on the Qt, but I clicked the batch file and it stopped. So you can see, verifying that it works, in other words. What are we going to do with these batch files now? I am going to show you what we're going to do with these batch files now. So now we want to go to our start button in Windows. We're going to run task scheduler. So now we create a task. We are going to create task, not a basic task. We're going to create a task. What's the name of it? Okay, we're going to start Zap Pulsar. Then you can put a description if you want to. And then we run with highest privileges. And since I have automatic logon for my Windows, and in a reboot, it automatically, I don't have to type in a password or a PIN number to get into my desktop. It does that automatically. So if you want to find out how to do that, there are plenty of YouTube videos, plenty of sites on the internet telling you how to log on automatically to Windows. That's what I'm doing. Trigger. When do we want this guy to run? So we're going to click a new. We are going to run it on logon. Like I said, I automatically log on through another Windows tweak. So for me, I want to run it at logon for any user. And as soon as the computer boots back up and as soon as it throws me into the desktop, I want this to execute. Actions. What do I want it to do when I log in? I want it to start a program. I want to browse. So you can guess what I'm browsing for. I'm browsing for my app data, Pulsar, startup. So upon starting up, I want to zap. Okay. So conditions, I'm not touching anything under conditions. And in settings, yes, allow it to run on demand. So when it'll show up here as the start zap Pulsar. So I can right click and run it. And if the task fails, restart every minute. So I'm leaving this all defaulted. So when I click OK, it creates this start zap Pulsar. Technically, I could have put an underscore at the very beginning of it. I don't think it'll let me at this point. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Nope. Won't let me put. So if I were to put an underscore at the very beginning of the name, it would have let me, when I do the sort by name type thing, it would have kicked it at the very top. But that's fine. It's whatever. So it's there. So it runs at the login of any user. Fine and dandy. So I'll do it with this next one. So now I want to create another task. So I go to create task. This time I'm going to say the underscore. Unlock Pulsar staking. So run with the highest privileges. And then trigger. New. Once again, at login, but we're going to delay it this time. Because whenever you start your wallet and you zap it, it takes several minutes for that to happen. And depending on the speed of your computer, it can zap it fast, it can zap it slow. My recommendation to you is to get your phone, everyone has a smartphone, and load up the stopwatch in your clock or whatever it is. Load up your stopwatch on your phone and time the thing for your computer. Time how long it takes for it to go from logging in to completing 100% loading of all the blocks, rewinding, coming up to date, all that jazz, until you finally see the warning that your wallet is locked and it's not receiving staking rewards. Find out how long that is. So for my case, just to be on the safe side, whatever, I'm going to delay running the automatic staking for 15 minutes. So 15 minutes after the boot up, that means the wallet will load 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. It'll no more than 10 minutes. But at 15 minutes, I want you to unlock it. Now, helpful in this, if you choose to do it, I want you to repeat that task every hour for the duration of indefinitely. So the reason we do that is because if for some reason you shut down your wallet and you load it back up but forget to unlock it, you're not going to, it's usually right before you go to bed, you're messing with your wallet and it takes forever for it to load and you'll get sleepy as it's loading and, you'll head off to get your Z's, but the wallet will remain locked the whole time. But doing it this way, every hour, it's going to send the command, the unlock command, to the wallet indefinitely. So you'll never go more than an hour without unlocking your wallet doing it this way. Cool. Actions. We are going to, once again, start a script, and we are going to do this whole stake Pulsar bat that has your password in it that you are going to protect, that you are going to secure. Okay. So now that I did that, you can see when I sort by name now, see that underscore, it puts that guy at the very top. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to So it does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'll do is I'll do a test. I'll do a test where you guys can see that it works. So what I'm going to do, where's my dadgum Pulsar wallet? You know what? I got it. Looks like I closed it. So I will load the wallet back. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna just from here. I'll do it all from here. You know, we'll test out. So start Zap. Right click it, run. Boom. And now we wait. See that little icon appeared. So, yep, it's starting with the Zap command. So, verify that the bat file, it works just fine. So now I'll pause it, and as we get to 100%, I'll show you the wallet unlocking for staking through the bat file. Okay, back again. Okay, so we loaded the wallet, and you see that it is staking suspended due to locked wallet. And while it was loading, while the video was paused, while it was loading, I went ahead and recreated that task scheduler and renamed or put that underscore in front of the description here so that it would appear when I do a name sort. So take a look at this, staking suspended. So unlock, right click, run, and it is unlocked through the bat file. So like I said before, I'm advising you not to do it, but at the same time I'm letting you know that it's available for those of you who feel that you have a secure system, those of you who are running a dedicated machine that only has your Pulsar wallet on it, no other wallets, because who knows if other wallets have malware in them. They're not going to tell you that, but you want to take every security step possible to ensure the safety of your Pulsar wallet. And if you're sure, then it may make sense for you to run the automatic unlocking of the wallet for staking rewards, particularly useful after a Windows update, a power loss, or a system reboot. That's where these features that I'm showing you here in these bat files shine forth. Now I will load up a Linux wallet and show you basically the same thing but in Linux. So here we are. I loaded up one of the machines I have in my local network, the Linux install of Pulsar, the QT. I'm running Ubuntu, and I have a bash script. So instead of a batch file in Windows, and when you change over to Linux, it becomes bash. So file extension .sh. So the location of my QT is, the formatting is just completely different when you go to Linux. So /home/ whatever my user is /desktop/Pulsar. So this is where I put the Linux install for this particular QT on this Linux machine. But we see the data directory path needs to be specified. So that in this case it's /home/ my user / whatever the Pulsar directory is, and the Zap wallet transactions. So I have that loaded up like on a cron, or part of Ubuntu is that you can configure things to run at startup, which makes it kind of cool. So to do it in Ubuntu, we would click the button there. We go to preferences. We would go to the LXQT settings, and then we would select the session settings. Let me move this window over. So preferences and settings and session settings, this guy right here. So when we click that, we are presented with auto start and Pulsar zaps, and then you edit, you would add the SH file you wanted to load at startup. This is basically the same thing. So in conclusion, it's possible to automatically load your wallet upon a reboot, and automatically zap your wallet upon a reboot, and it's even possible to automatically unlock your wallet for staking rewards, although that comes with the risk. So what I'll do is I will create a I'll create a thread in like one of the help channels on our Discord, and I'll put the contents of these batch files in there. So if you want them, if you want to see what they look like, if you just want to do a copy paste, I mean, you can rewind the video and try to focus in on as I put it in my notepad. But if you want to copy paste them, I'll put them in our Discord. So I do recommend that you join up our Discord. And if you have any further comments or suggestions or tips of your own, I am really interested in hearing what you have to say. If you found unique ways of optimizing the wallet and making life a little bit easier with the wallet, although it should be said that under development, or we are doing a fundraiser for the next version of the wallet, and there are going to be a substantial amount of changes coming to the next version of the wallet. Among them include automatic unlocking of your wallet without a password. So upon reboot, you won't need to have your passcode to your wallet in plain text in a batch file. It'll automatically unlock for staking, and automatic orphan abandonment, automatic input consolidation, just to name a few features that we haven't planned. And we are raising funds for development to occur. If you are interested in helping out with development, please come to our Discord. There's plenty of information there posted. And if you think it's a worthwhile venture, come and join us and see what we have to offer and see what makes our particular coin very, very good. A great coin to own and participate in. And I will see you in the next video.